Hi there, welcome. Today I will be cooking a cauliflower roast. So I'm pretty excited about this. I saw one of my, someone that I follow on the internet, they were doing a cauliflower roast and they were using cashews and things like that. And I don't really eat cashews, although I would, but I thought I'd spice it up a little bit and give it a shot with almonds just to kind of just change, cashews tend to have some mold in them, just to kind of change it up here with the cashews. And so there's almonds in that. And so yeah, also about the time, I said I'd come on at 4. It's about 4:05, so just looking for the sweet spot. Hey Dee and Darlene and Kilma. All right, cool. So I'm gonna get started. So what I already did was I boiled a head of cauliflower. So I just took that thing, the bottom part, and I boiled it, and then I put it in this baking sheet, or this baking dish. I have the oven, preheated to 400. Hi, Terry. So the oven's preheated at 400. I boiled this cauliflower for about 12 minutes. I like my veggies to kind of have a bite to it. So I mean, I'm an undercooker because I believe vegetables are just so delicious raw. All right, so I have my boiled cauliflower here, and then we're gonna start making a rub. We'll start with a rub here on the cauliflower. It's gonna take, we're gonna use some almond yogurt. You can use, if you eat coconut, I don't eat coconut. So this is the almond yogurt that I use and buy. Sorry, just adjusting this camera. Ooh, I probably shouldn't play while I'm doing it. Anyways, this is the almond yogurt I use. It's plain and unsweetened. That way there's no added sugars. Oops. Kite Hill is a brand I like. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3/4 cup of almond yogurt. So plain and unsweetened almond yogurt. You might use coconut if you like. You might use soy, something like that. So 3/4 cup. So we're making like a rub for the cauliflower. So 3/4 cup of almond yogurt. I love this almond yogurt because it's very versatile. I'm gonna actually experiment with it and make like almond yogurt bark and put berries in it and vanilla and freeze it and see how that goes. All right, so 4th cup of almond yogurt. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of my favorite tahini. 1, 2, so 2 tablespoons of tahini. I'm gonna do a 4th cup of what I like to call chronic broth. It's really just veggie broth. I make it myself. I just use whatever leftover veggies scraps I have, and I'll boil them with bay leaves and salt and cinnamon, kind of just whatever I have in the fridge. And a trick to get more of like a thicker broth is to throw some lentils in with it. I'll throw like a 1/4 cup of lentils. Kind of gives it that starchy, thicker broth, and then you'll strain it out. So I'm gonna do a 4th cup of this chronic broth here, because everything's chronic here. All right, so here's my little 4th cup. I like this making my own broth too, because I get to control the sodium in it. And then I'll just stick, whatever I don't use. Like if I make a ton, I'll just put it in the freezer and then I'll use it later. My own broth. Oh, sorry. Just having this open so that way I can see questions. All right, so then I'm gonna do, so I got the vegetable broth, tahini, and the coconut yogurt. I'm gonna do some chili powder, a teaspoon of chili powder, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. So that'll kind of give it like a yellow flavor. So I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Oops. This is a 4th teaspoon. So. All right, so 1 teaspoon of chili powder. I'm gonna do a 4th teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric's very anti-inflammatory. Hi, Luann. Hi. We got Tiffany in the house. All right, cool. So I got the chili powder, turmeric. I throw turmeric in my smoothies daily for anti-inflammatory purposes. Just, you know, I think I do like a 4th teaspoon. I don't really remember like exactly because I kind of, but this is the one I use. This is the brand that I use. I'm gonna try the cacao from this brand. I never tried it before. I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, so I got some turmeric in there. Then I'm gonna just whisk it all together. Well, I don't have a whisk. I'm just gonna mix it all together. Although if I did have a whisk, that's what I would be doing. All right. So I'll just mix all this together. Oh, add some salt to taste. I'm gonna add salt. My veggie broth has no salt, so there's no added salt in here other than what I'm putting. All right, so here goes my rub. I'm gonna do it with a fork so I can like distribute better. All right, here we go. I'm like super excited to eat this roast, this cauliflower roast. You know, it's like a big old main dish here. All right. So let me show you guys what this rub's looking like. This way. So that's what we got there. And I'm gonna just pour this on top of this cauliflower. And then I'm gonna throw the cauliflower in the oven for about 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. And also this is, it's gonna depend on how much do you like your veggies cooked, you know? Like if you really like it cooked, then maybe, you know, you're gonna do 30 minutes or something. All right, so this is awesome. I got this rub over top the cauliflower. I'm super stoked to eat it. Oh, here it is. I was like, I thought I pulled this out. All right, and I'll show you guys what this is looking like. It is a lot, actually. All right, so make sure, oops, my whole entire cauliflower is covered, which it is. And the cool thing is that this is going to be pretty tasty. It's whole food, plant-based. Again, if you're a salt person, I don't use salt much. So, you know, add for your taste. So here's my cauliflower. It's covered in that little concoction I just made. You know, just something different to eat, something a little exciting with the cauliflower. So I'm going to pop this in the oven for 10 minutes. Uh-oh. That just sizzled. That means that there's not enough room in there. I'm going to put it on a different shelf. So I also have something going on in the oven. Tahini sweet potatoes, which I talk about all the time because they're my favorite. And as soon as they're done, I'm going to give you guys, I'll show you guys and I'll give you an explanation of how to make them. All right, so here goes the next part, our pesto sauce. So you need your food processor. We're gonna do 1 cup. I just got this out of the garden. We're gonna do 1 cup of fresh basil. We'll do 1 cup of spinach. I'm not gonna measure it in the cup. I'll just do a big old handful. Never have enough spinach. 1 cup of spinach. Let's see. I wanted to mention on Thursday, On Thursday, I'm going to be hosting a free live workout. And so just consider attending. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be very, it's a wind down, you know, and I really respect 6 p.m. to be part of this wind down, relax time. So it's not going to, you know, I'm not going to sweat you like crazy. I'm not going to, I don't want to bring your energy level through the roof because, you know, you'll be getting ready to take a rest, you know, to get ready to swoon into bed, kind of. So it's going to be a nice little wind down. I'll still give you a good workout though, for sure. But consider coming and just checking out what chronic fitness, what we're all about, chronic movement. Get a little taste. All right, so the next thing I have my 1 cup of basil, 1 cup of spinach. I'm going to throw in, I have a half a cup, and I actually did half walnuts. Hi, Mom. Hi, Nina. I did half walnuts and half almonds. So I have a 1/4 cup of walnuts, a 1/4 cup of almonds. I soaked them both so that they're soft, more soft when we spin them around in the blender. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. You can use cashews, you can use whatever nuts you like. You know, scientifically, the walnut is the most optimal nut because it has the right fats, the highest omega-3s, it has fiber, it's good for cellular function, it's good for brain function. So the optimal nut, if you will, is the walnut. It really is. All right, so I have, and then I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of water. So 1 cup of spinach, 1 cup of basil, half a cup of nuts, 1/4 cup of water, and then salt to taste. I'm getting frisky with the salt here on my end. That's plenty. All right, and then I'm gonna whiz this all up in the food processor. So not much, you know, it's not too much going on, you know, trying to keep it simple. That's, you know, that's the whole thing about chronic movement is how can we get this into our life? How can we make these lifestyle changes without having to do anything super dramatic, you know, not super dramatic, but not take so much work. Because eating all plants is a big deal and that's awesome, you know. All right, let me blend this. My food processor. All right, here we go. Let's see what's going on here. It smells really good. So here's the difference between the cashews and the walnuts and almonds. The cashews will give it more of a creamy pesto. So my pesto is going to look more leafy. And cashews provide this like creaminess because it's higher fat. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this almond yogurt to it to see if it kind of levels it out a little bit. Because it is pretty, it's like a salad in here. And that's the thing too, you know, just kind of playing with your needs, with recipes. Because it's not gonna do any harm by adding that. All right, let's see what that does. Winner. Good idea. All right, so I'm gonna bring all that down, and I'm gonna keep blending it a bit. Breaking it down. of getting through here. Almost done. Pretty quick cauliflower roast. Beautiful. Got our pesto. So let me tell you all about the tahini potatoes. So the tahini potatoes are my favorite. So what I did is I took 2 medium sweet potatoes, cut them in the middle. Actually, I cut them into thirds. That's their size. And then I cubed them. So I cubed 2 medium sweet potatoes, tried to make the cubes all the same size, not too big. And then what I did is I added 2 tablespoons of tahini. I added like 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, and 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. And I just mixed it all within the potatoes. So like they're covered, they're coated. And then I bake them at 400 degrees, depending on how thick you cut them and how much you have. I threw them in for 30 minutes here. They're about to go off in 30 seconds. If you ever made sweet potato hummus, you'd love it with how much you love sweet potatoes and tahini. You are really right, Tiffany. I'll give it a shot. Do you make it? Do you make sweet potato hummus? That sounds really good. You got my interest peaked. Let's see. All right, so let me get these. Is it good? Tell me about it a little bit. Did you like it? That's awesome. Oh yeah, you got my interest. All right, let's pull out these sweet potatoes. We got our roast in there. It's looking real beautiful. All right, the sweet potatoes still need. This is what they're looking like. They're still gonna need some more time. But this is what they look like. Oh, I also throw in a juice of 1 lime to the mixture. That's what they look like. But I'm gonna throw them back in the oven for 10 more minutes. So they'll probably be done, well, they'll be done in 10 minutes. All right, so just to kind of recap our recipe here, we have a cauliflower pesto roast. And the pesto is made out of almonds and walnuts, spinach. And I added a bit of almond yogurt to kind of get it to be a little bit more. And then I'm gonna plate this whole delicious roast. And then I'm gonna pour all of this pesto on top. It's gonna be pretty darn good. I'm excited to eat it. You know, I really like sweet potatoes because for me, they make me a lot more full. Their glycemic index is not as high as white potatoes, so that's really important to me. I also want to stick as close to an anti-candida diet as possible. That's pretty important to me. Let's see, we got Nina says that she makes hummus all the time with regular potatoes, probably white potatoes, and it is delicious. Potatoes with tahini, and extra garlic and lemon juice. I love sweet potatoes and I'm going to try a recipe. Yeah, absolutely. Give it a shot. Let me know how you like it. There's a chronic movement community. That's what the Facebook group is. And I would really love it if you joined the chronic movement community Facebook group and posted a picture of my beloved tahini potatoes. That would be really cool. All right, so I'm going to pull this out. Oh, they're also very delicious in the air fryer. So coat them with those spices and that taste, and then throw them in your air fryer. Oh man, that's so good too. I like to use them. I can go on and on about these potatoes. I like to use them in tacos. I make tacos with them. All types of stuff. All right, let me pull this beautiful cauliflower out. I can't wait. Smells really good. Don't drop it. I did a little bit, but I caught it. All right, let's refocus here. Let me get both oven mitts. All right, because we don't wanna. Cauliflower is the star of the show today. All right. So it looks real good. I'd pick it up and show it to you, but after that little fall right there, I don't want to risk it. All right, so let's see if you guys can see it. Let me grab. I feel like I should not have put that oven mat back. All right, let's see. Hopefully you guys can see. You can somewhat see it. Hot. All right, so let's see. I have been on a whole food plant-based diet for a year and love to learn new ideas. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, join the group. Me too. I love to learn new ideas. I've only been doing this. It'll be 2 years in July. So I'm no whole food plant-based legacy or anything. I'm just learning as I go. And what I'm learning is that you can kind of throw whatever plants in it. Everything tastes so good. So here's my cauliflower roast. Everything is whole food plant-based. Everything is, ingredients that make me feel good, ingredients that I trust. And that's the point. It's like, what are the ingredients that make my body feel better, to heal, to overcome chronic disease, to live well with, like we can't control everything, but we can definitely control what we eat. And there is a lot of power in our choices for our health. All right, let me show you guys what this pesto looks like. Ooh, this way. Ooh. Something like that. So that's what it looks like. Oh, I can pull it up on the spoon here. There we go. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and just like put it right on this big, beautiful roast. Let it kind of fall down. Let it trip over. Looks pretty darn good to me. Yay, I love it. I love eating cauliflower. It's usually on my weekly grocery, my weekly grocery extravaganza shopping. I don't know. So anyway, so here we go. We have a cauliflower roast. I'm gonna take the camera and I'm actually gonna flip it around to show you guys. All right, to get a better image of the mess over there. But that's what it looks like. Nothing too crazy, nothing too, this is really tacky, this camera thing that I'm doing here, but I just wanted to give you guys a look. Some messy dishes right there. That's real. That's what I just dump everything in that sink. All right. Come back this way. Does anybody have any questions about what was just made? Oops. I'm wild with this camera today. Let me cut this bad boy in half. All right, let's cut this. Take a look at the inside. I'll put half on my plate. Yeah, I just like dump all the dishes in this side sink over here and then I deal with them after I turn the camera off. But that's real, that's real life. All right, so let me cut this in half. Looks so good. I'll probably eat the whole thing, but I'm gonna show you all half. Put it on a plate. It'll go really well with the tahini potatoes and our cauliflower. Our veggie is the main character, as they should be. All right, so let me show you. This is the wild cauliflower roast. I look forward to eating it. Basil cauliflower roast. Do you add any seasoning to the cauliflower when I first bake? No, I actually boiled it to start, and I did not put any seasoning on there. I'm a very minimalistic cook. I'm gonna put a ton of sauce, but I'm a very minimalistic kind of cook. Less is more for me. And then I did 400 degrees. I baked it for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on like if you want it to have a bite or not. Yeah, so what other questions might you guys have? You can also, other ways that you can find more about chronic movement, like the page. Share this is really helpful if you like watching my content. If you share my stuff, I work hard to kind of get the message out there about plant-based eating and chronic illness. I like to share my story so folks who are, you know, battling with MS or battling with addiction can make changes and improve the quality of their life. So thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, take good care. Bye.